All right, perfect. I'm Victoria Basso, and I'm the special education teacher. All
And I'm Hannah Fleming, and I'm the music education teacher here.
right.
And and today will be our lesson plan. Today is a quick review of what we've already learned so far. I'll start that with a quick review, and it will be that they've already learned the lines and spaces of treble and bass clef, and that they know do is movable. So, and if something is in the key of G, then do would be G. So now that we have to move on to the actual key signatures, they have to know what they are, like they tell which pitches are altered in a piece of music, and that there will be 3 key signatures that they need to know in both bass and treble clef, C, F, and G.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and then I can chime in, whenever I think that I could say something that could be helpful to help them remember, maybe. And then, maybe I can do I will totally do the student assessment at the end and help to set that all up for the students. Maybe do a little bit review at the end and make sure that all the students got to the assessment.
Sweet.
Perfect. All right, so we do have one IEP student with an intellectual disability, so they need modifications to test, and the test read aloud. The teacher that's taking like a step back needs to check in with him often. We do have one BIP student, and the problem behaviors, blurting and interrupting class. And this student has a disability impulsivity issues. So the plan is the first blurting out of the answer interruption, the student will receive a warning. The second will remove them from like the free time at the end of the class. And if the student goes the whole class period without interruption, they'll be rewarded and have an extra 5 minutes of computer time.
That sounds like a good plan. Sounds great.
Let's do it.
And next is these I can statements, and this includes the plans for the special education students. Like all overall, like I can statements, that I can define key signatures and what they're used for. Identify the key signatures C, G, and F. Write all the key signatures in bass and treble clef, so be able to write them, not only identify. And then perform these key signatures in pieces of music and everything.
All right, perfect. And then we can some things for special education students. Some of them we'll have to reduce the test for them, and maybe they'll only answer the questions that has the picture with them. There's also the short answer component. We could bring that down to 1 to 2 sentence requirement rather than 2 to 4. And then we have that text-to-speech extension in Google that we could totally use. And then if that doesn't work, we always have the backup plan of one of us reading aloud.
Yeah, we need to make sure the Chromebooks are set up beforehand, but
yes.
You never know what can happen with those.
Right? All right, so how we collaborate, we've already, put both names on the board. We already are talking about alternating who teaches the subject, and one of us is going to help each other out, explaining in a different way. We alternate who's the primary teacher while the other one circulates, chimes into the teaching and answering questions. We alternate who begins, who ends the lesson. You're beginning this time, I'm ending. We are sharing right now all the lesson plans and teaching responsibilities, so it's going great.
Okay.
So we're going to make this class go smoothly. We're planning right now. We are really good at over communication. We're already sharing our lesson plans, our ideas, and our instructional practices. We've been co-teaching, so we know each other's strengths and weaknesses, and we're going to help each other grow as diverse teachers.
That's awesome. In differentiated strategies, we need to make sure that we are accommodating to all levels of knowledge and all kinds of people with different ways of learning. So, like we discussed, we can alter the Google form test and make it so that they only need to answer the questions with the pictures of the key signatures and not necessarily just the words, and that they will have a short answer response.
Okay, perfect.
And make sure that the text-to-speech extensions working. And whenever I've had cognitive impaired students in the classroom and they're always with it, I make sure that I'm doing, like, I'm constantly repeating these things, I'm modeling them, I'm saying, I'm doing, I'm showing them so that they make sure they understand.
Perfect. Yep, I think we're doing a little bit of these three that, we highlighted in this lesson. So one teaching and one supporting. So you're going to be teaching some parts of the lesson. I'm going to be circulating, like answering questions, making sure everybody's on task. I'm also going to be team teaching a little bit, so I'm going to be chiming in, doing some review, and we're going to be kind of teaching together at one point. And then we can do a little bit of alternative teaching or grouping the students at the end of the class. Either one of us is going to make sure that, the special education students that need the modified tests and the accommodation, so with the text-to-speech and everything, that they get what they need to perform well.
Right. Behavior management strategies. We're going to discuss which actions are appropriate or not for the students, and this will include students with and without VIPs. And we need to make sure we're consistent, especially with those kids that have VIPs, because we don't want to confuse them and make them think it's okay to get away with some things but not okay with other things. Like an example of things we could do is the first offense is always a warning. The second would be a loss of the free time that they would normally have with their technology at the end of class. And the third would be like a one-on-one meeting with the student or with their parents, and then detention.
Okay, perfect. So we're going to do that in-class assessment. So during and after class, that's the link that we're going to have them go to. And our goal is a 70 to 80% or higher for that end of class assessment.
Great. And with this kind of Google Forms thing, it allows us to be able to analyze the data. So I have a link to the data we've collected so far, a spreadsheet of the data we've collected so far, and then attached is a picture of the data we've collected and pie charts of what answers been answered by letter.
It looks like that one question with the case signature of the picture, that 40% of them got it wrong. So I think we need to go over that again in class and just reiterate that, maybe figure out where they have misconceptions. And also, if the students need it, we can record the test results just as incomplete or complete if they're special needs and they need that recording.
Great.
Perfect. All right.
I guess we're all set.
Yeah, let's do it.